Broward Sheriff Scott Israel facing calls for his ouster after Florida school shooting. Florida Governor Rick Scott is facing a growing number of calls to remove Broward County Sheriff Scott Israel from his position over the department's response to the high school shooting that killed 17 people. Florida House Speaker Richard Corcoran, Pasco County, sent a letter to Scott on Sunday asking the governor to suspend Israel. The day earlier, State Representative Bill Hager, Boca Raton, urged Scott to relieve Israel from his duties for neglect of duty and incompetence, the Palm Beach Post reported. In addition, the survivor of the shooting told Fox News on Sunday that the sheriff had to go. He failed to act on so many different levels and himself. He is responsible for this massive failure. It could have been easily stopped both by the FBI and the Sheriff's Department had they acted, Al-Kashif told America's News HQ. Scott does have the power to remove Israel due to the state's Statute 112.52, the South Florida Sun-Sentinel reported. He said the Florida Department of Law Enforcement would launch an investigation, adding, "There must be an independent investigation and that is why I asked the FLA Commissioner to immediately start this process." Hager cited reports from the media that several Broward Sheriff's deputies waited outside rather than rush in as the alleged gunman, Nicholas Cruz, gunned down students. The Valentine's Day shooting unfolded at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland. The allegations emerged the day after veteran Broward Deputy Scott Peterson resigned after it emerged that he failed to enter the school and confront the gunman. Peterson had been assigned to guard the school. Hager also cited reports that there were 23 calls to the Broward Sheriff's Office relating to Nicholas Cruz and his home, as well as 39 visits by Broward Sheriff deputies. The sheriff was fully aware of the threat this individual presented to his community and chose to ignore it, Hager wrote. Israel said his office would fully cooperate with the FLA investigation, as we believe in full transparency and accountability. The sheriff also responded to Hager, calling his letter reckless and riddled with factual errors, unsupported gossip, and falsehoods. Several Broward deputies waited outside during Florida school shooting. Report says Israel disputed Hager's claim that 3 deputies were on the school's campus during the shooting. The sheriff claimed there was only one law enforcement officer, Peterson, on the campus during the attack. He also disputed the calls made to the office regarding Cruz and his family. The Broward Sheriff's Office had a total of 23 calls for service involving Nicholas Cruz or his family, and 18 of those involved Nicholas directly. The others involved his brother. Of the 18, nearly all but 2 involved routine calls from the mother relating to parenting issues, Israel wrote. The sheriff called on Hager to publicly apologize for helping to spread this false gossip and misinformation. NRA defends itself after corporations pull away at a news conference Thursday. Israel said Peterson should have went in addressed the killer. Killed the killer. 2 additional Broward deputies are also under investigation over whether they mishandled warnings about Cruz in the months leading up to the shooting. The FBI has admitted it failed to investigate similar claims, and the Florida Child Welfare Agency looked into concerns about Cruz, but concluded he wasn't a risk to himself or others. Cruz was arrested and charged with 17 counts of premeditated murder,